let's talk about your show that
Sure.
now that we've kind of alluded to it in a thousand different ways. You're on the Pitt with the fabulous Noah
Oh
Wiley.
man, yeah,
Um, Gosh, I love him. I was a strike captain at WB and I saw that man at least once a week. Like he was always out there with us,
amazing.
just hitting the pavement, which I so appreciated seeing. But
Not
the
even
show was
surprised.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with ER as a kid. And so it's fun to see him in a different role, a different thing, and I like how the show is set up. So tell me a little bit about your character and the experience of filming this because I can imagine that it is quite intense.
Yeah. I mean, intense in so many different ways, like externally of just what it we're doing, and then also internally for me, just because of how big of a deal it is to just be there. Um, but yes, I'm not surprised about Noah being hitting the pavement. He's that guy. He's just
He's great.
that good guy. Like
Yeah.
he's just so kind and generous, and he really is everything. Like his character as Dr. Rabinovich is so like a real hero of but like a relaxed hero who's in this and just doing it for the love of that he is in this position as a doctor and that's his life. But I just anyway, I digress. But yes, he's wonderful. Yes, the Pit. The I play a nurse, one of Noah's sort of right hand nurses. Her name is Perla Alawi, and she has been working with Dr. Robbie at this Pittsburgh hospital for at least 5 years, like through COVID with him. So
Mm.
she's in the grind too. She's probably, I believe, has suffered through all this trauma similarly with all the healthcare workers with COVID. And so she is, I love playing her. I think she's just this real steady, really good at her job, doesn't really like can't be bothered by the medical students or the doctors and is sort of straight ahead, but also like I realize in the way that they write her and what I can bring is like has a little bit of snark and like gossipiness to her, but not overbearing. She's just like living, and
She's just
she's
living.
just living.
She's just doing her thing.
She's just doing her thing, being a nurse, like being snarky, kind of like eye rolling at the students. So it's been fun to play her. And in terms of filming it, gosh, I mean, we just wrapped last week, and I think I'm still recovering from
Yeah.
sort of the blast of the 7 months. But every episode was 9 days, and which I mean, again, I have no precedent of how or what like it's supposed to be, but it was 9 days, which felt, I guess that's fast. Who knows? But just at Warner Brothers, they built Stage 22 into this whole incredible hospital
Wow.
where nothing like works. Nothing works in any sort of real way. Like I remember trying, like, oh, there's a water fountain right there. I'm thirsty, and I would go, and it like doesn't. There's no water. It's
Okay.
just that's just a problem. Just a problem. Stay thirsty. Just stuff like
Stay thirsty.
stay thirsty.